Hello fellow dippers, my name is Darcy, otherwise known as MUDJUG1 here on YouTube. I am the president and CEO of MUDJUG Portable Spittoons, and I wanted to do a quick video for all the new people to this channel. I've had a lot of questions in the past about, how does a MUDJUG work? Why should I get a MUDJUG? How effective is a MUDJUG? Why shouldn't I just use a bottle, etc. So I'm going to actually throw in a dip. Now, the first thing I wanted to talk about was the way that a MUDJUG works. When there's dip spit inside our product and you tip the MUDJUG over, what happens is the spit stays on the outside of the funnel. Now, as long as the MUDJUG isn't too full, it's not going to spill. The best way to remove the funnel is with 2 fingers and just kind of work your way around it and pop it off. Now, I also get a lot of people asking, why isn't the hole on the funnel bigger? Because I can't drop my dip turds in the funnel and they get stuck. So what I always do is I'll drop it in there and I'll pop the funnel off, and all I do is just flip it over, drop it in, pop it back on. Everybody asks, why a MUDJUG? Well, now that I have the dip in, let me just show you why a MUDJUG. Now, if you're in the office or at home, wherever, if you're around people, you tell me, how visually appealing is this? Does that look tasty? Not especially. So that's the first thing, comparing a bottle to a MUDJUG. You don't see the spit. Now, obviously spilling is an issue. Our MUDJUGs are self-leveling, so they have a weight in the bottom, so when you tip them over, they self-level. Now, if you're spitting in a cup, does your cup self-level? No. If you knock the cup over, it's going to spill dip spit everywhere. Same thing with a can. Now, not only bottles and cans, you should be recycling those, not spitting in them. Nobody recycles spit cans and spit bottles, do they? MUDJUGs help save the planet because they're environmentally friendly, so you can recycle your bottles and cans. Now, when it comes to cans, spitting in cans, or say you went to McDonald's and you got yourself a nice Coke with a lid and a straw, and after you're done eating, you're popping the lid off and you're spitting in your McDonald's Coke cup, or you're spitting in your can. Well, every dipper out there has once either experienced drinking out of a spit can or a spit cup, or knows someone who's done that. So obviously, MUDJUG gets rid of that problem. You're not going to have anybody come along and try and drink out of a MUDJUG, okay? Just so you know, as I've been spitting in that, that's how they work. So in a nutshell, the MUDJUG basically improves your overall dipping experience. A lot of people enjoy dipping more because they have something very nice and something very safe and something cool to spit in. MUDJUGs are conversation pieces. Ask anyone who's taken their MUDJUG to a party, and if you're walking around with your MUDJUG, you're going to get attention. People want to know what it is. We have a lot of female customers. The reason is because moms, sisters, wives, girlfriends are sick of seeing nasty spitters laying around the house, and so they buy MUDJUGs for their loved one, whoever's the dipper or chewer in the family. They buy MUDJUGs because they're just sick of seeing nasty spitters laying around. So, how do you clean a MUDJUG? I want to clean my MUDJUG. I've had a lot of questions. What's the best way to clean a MUDJUG? Now, you can put a MUDJUG in your dishwasher on the top rack. I don't advise putting the funnel on there because the heat can twist and tweak the funnel a little bit. But I don't even do that myself because I don't want to, mess the finish up on my MUDJUGs. Not that it will, they're very durable, but I suggest just washing by hand. Now you can use a little bit of Ajax or Comet on the inside of the mud jug, but what you do is just pop the funnel off, and what I'll do is I'll just rinse the funnel off. And sometimes you'll get some buildup on the funnel. This is in the garage, of course. I have a handy sponge here that I keep for cleaning my jugs out. And depending on the weather, sometimes it can get hot in your house or in your car where you keep a mud jug. You might want to clean it out a couple times a week, but usually in my house I'll clean my mud jugs out once they get full, obviously, and I rotate. That's why I have several myself. But so we got a mud jug here. We're going to dump that out. It's not that full. We're going to rinse it. Like I said, you can put some cleaner in there. And all I do is I just do a couple times around the mud jug, because you will get a bit of a film built up in there if you haven't cleaned it in a while. Just rinse it out. A lot of people even just use dish soap. Some people like to soak it in dish soap and hot water overnight, and then rinse it and scrub it in the morning. And basically, you're done. So there are a few suggestions I can make. A lot of people in the summertime say their mud jug starts to stink. It's because they don't clean it often enough. But I can make a few suggestions. I have used baking soda. Put a little baking soda in the bottom of the mud jug, keeps the smell down. Also, I've tried some toothpaste, mouthwash as well. And also I've even experimented with coffee, like ground coffee. That, believe it or not, it actually kind of keeps the smell down a little bit too. The best seems to be baking soda, and mouthwash seems to work quite well, because that stuff's pretty, has a pretty high alcohol content. So those are just a few suggestions you can use to keep the smell of your mud jug down if it's in your car in hot summer, things like that. But the best thing to do is just to obviously empty it out on a regular basis. So I wanted to show one of the biggest reasons why a mud jug, besides the non-spilling issue, I wanted to show you what one of the biggest reasons for an advantage of a mud jug is the hands-free spitting. There's many applications where you don't have a hand free to grab your bottle, grab your cup, but your mud jug is handy and you don't need to grab it, physically pick it up to spit in it. So I'm going to put this down on the floor. Now, if I'm, say I want to hang my Jack Daniels picture up, I'm measuring out, where I'm going to put my picture, and I got my hammer, I got my tape, and I got a point here. I'm going to hang it right here. Okay, I got to spit. So, what do I got to do? I got to look for my cup, or I got to look for my bottle. I got a bottle in my back pocket. Got to spit in my bottle. Now, remember, I put my mud jug on the floor. So when I have my picture here, and I'm trying to line it up, and I'm trying to pound a nail right, all I got to do is aim a little bit where my spitter is, my mud jug is on the floor, and drop it right in. And I can keep hanging my picture. There. Doesn't that look great? So here I am, I'm in my garage, and I'm doing some work on my trusty little lawnmower here. And I'm dipping away. And, I gotta spit. Well, I got my mud jug right here. Here it is. And if I know I'm going to be working on this for a while, I can set my mud jug in any particular location. Since I'm wrenching on something, and this can apply to obviously anything. If you get some fancy IKEA furniture, you're putting it together, in your house on the carpet, and you don't want to have a cup nearby to spit in, where you're going to accidentally knock it over and spill it on your carpet. If you have a mud jug, say you're wrenching away, you're wrenching away on the lawnmower, or you're putting together that fancy furniture the old lady bought, you just bend down and drop that spit right into the mud jug. Alright, so here we are. just wrenching away on the truck here. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, you know, you're outside, you can spit on the ground. Well, obviously I can do that, right? But if I'm dipping away while I'm wrenching on my truck, and we have a lot of customers who are mechanics, they work inside, they can't be spitting on the floor inside the shop. Well, if I'm working away here and I got to spit, and I got to go from my spit cup, which is sitting over here, and there goes the spit cup. Well, meanwhile, I got a mud jug sitting right here. So I'm wrenching away. I don't have to move. I don't have to do anything. I can keep working. I just aim and spit and continue on working on my car. All right, so here I'm in the kitchen, and you know, I don't know if many of you guys cook at all, but I actually can cook. I don't mind cooking. I eat a lot, so I'm pretty much forced to cook. But anyway, if I'm here in the kitchen, this is just another you know, application for hands-free spitting. If I'm in here in the kitchen, you know, I'm cutting up some vegetables, you know, and I'm gonna get ready to cook the old lady a nice dinner, and I'm just cutting away, and I'm dipping, of course, because I'm always dipping. And you know, and this really applies when your hands, like if you're cutting up chicken and you got chicken slime all over your hands, you don't want to be grabbing a spitter. You know, now some people have large kitchens where their sink is half a mile away. In this case, my sink is close where I could spit in it. But if you're like if you got an old lady like mine, she don't like me dip spit in the sink. So what I do is I keep my mud jug handy, and say I'm over here and I'm getting ready to just throw some in the pan, and you know, I can grab my mud jug, or I can grab a cup or a can, but the difference here is I'm cutting away and I got stuff on my hands from working here in the kitchen. Just reach down, drop a spit in the mud jug, and just keep working. Whoa. So here I am, gaming away on the Xbox, playing some Call of Duty Black Ops, letting them have it. And of course, one of the best times to be dipping is when you're gaming away. So I got a dip in right now, and I'm looking to just take a spit. Now I don't want to have to put my controller down and grab a bottle or a cup. I have my trusty little mud jug right here, and I have it between my legs. And as I'm playing, all I got to do, bend over real quick, drop a little bit of a dip spit in the mud jug, and keep playing. So that is a huge advantage when it comes to gaming. And I know there's a lot of gamers out there that also like to dip. It's a huge advantage for gaming. Sorry, I'm getting distracted here. When you don't have to reach for a spitter, you can just drop that spit in your mud jug and keep playing and keep unleashing hell. Call of Duty Black Ops.